Joker Folie Deux has received final approval, and its musical format may confirm the most popular theory about the real nature of Arthur Fleck's Joker story. Fans, get ready. As it turns out, Gaga and Phoenix will be involved in a bad romance. Exactly 5 years after the first movie was released, the sequel, which features Joaquin Phoenix reprising his role as Batman's notorious rival, will make its big screen debut on October 4th, 2024. It took some time to determine for sure whether there would even be a sequel. Thankfully, Phillips confirmed the news by posting a screenshot of the screenplay cover on Instagram in June. The post not only included the movie's official title, Joker Folie Deux, but it also made it clear that the director would return to direct the project and continue to tell the story of the notorious villain with his co-writer Scott Silver. In a follow-up to the billion-dollar grossing Joker, Joaquin Phoenix is set to return as the disturbed, murderous anarchist Arthur Fleck. Though a contract hasn't quite been signed, Joaquin Phoenix stated that he wasn't overly excited about the part in an interview with ET Canada. He even admitted once that he didn't think this movie role was the most significant one of his career. Phoenix, however, claimed that he couldn't stop thinking about the movie after seeing how the audiences responded to it. Joaquin Phoenix has changed his mind about doing a sequel, despite previously claiming that he would never do one. The Joker sequel will have Gaga on board, and all signs point to her playing Harley Quinn in the upcoming film. The character was first introduced in the comic books as Dr. Harleen Quinzel, a psychiatrist who falls in love with Arthur Fleck, a patient who is mentally ill. It's not the first time that Gaga has portrayed a devious character in a screenplay. Last year, the singer-slash-actress played Patrizia Riani in Ridley Scott's film about the tragic death of Maurizio Gucci. It seems like an absolutely brilliant choice to cast Gaga as Harley Quinn because viewers of House of Gucci know she is perfectly capable of playing a femme fatale. If chosen, Lady Gaga would be ideal for the part, not only for her extraordinary acting talent, but also for her fantastic singing voice. Speaking to return in Joker Folie Deux, alongside Phoenix and Gaga is Zazie Beetz, who played Sophie Durmont, Arthur's next-door neighbor in the first Joker film. Given that Harley will be seen in Joker Folie Deux, it will be interesting to see how Sophie will respond to her if they ever meet. The relationship Arthur believed they had at the end of Joker turned out to be a delusion the entire time. Since Sophie was never killed by the Joker, it will be interesting to find out what she has been doing this whole time and how she reconnects with Arthur. The young Bruce Wayne, played by Dante Pierre Olsen, makes sense if Folie Deux wants to look into the beginnings of Batman and Mr. J's unhealthy relationship. Douglas Hodge might also return in his role as Alfred Pennyworth. Finally, who wouldn't want to see the actor who plays the Green Goblin attend the crazy party? After William Dafoe has talked so much about the Joker and even shared his thoughts for a sequel, things were kind of left hanging at the end of Joker. After causing riots throughout Gotham City, Fleck was imprisoned and kept at Arkham State Hospital for some time. Then, Fleck broke free after potentially murdering his therapist. So, Folie Deux will probably follow him as he continues his journey into becoming the Joker. Another intriguing idea is the idea of a musical, which implies that Joker 2 may imitate shows like The Boys and Buffy the Vampire Slayer that had musical episodes. It also backs up the idea that this time will go more deeply inside Fleck's inner world. Folie Deux' intriguing title could give away where things are headed. According to the title, which translates as a hallucination or mental sickness shared by two persons in close association, Fleck will likely be joined on screen by another person. There is one more widely accepted theory, which may be related to the multiple personalities of Fleck and the Joker, or a clear reference to Bruce Wayne's Batman having a more significant influence on Arthur's development. Folie Deux is the ideal chance to introduce Harley Quinn to this gloomy and brooding world, because someone else besides Batman spends their life with the Joker. Joker's ending perfectly sets Dr. Harleen Quinzel for her role at Arkham Asylum, just as she did there. According to one fan hypothesis, the darkness of Joker 2 would be nicely matched with a musical plot. During the emotionally intense scenes in Joker, audiences were shown Arthur's love of music and dancing, which may ideally lead to the sequel. The theory suggests that Lady Gaga will represent Dr. Harleen Quinzel, who would treat Arthur when he is imprisoned at Arkham Asylum. In the real world, while the psychiatrist is corrupted and the pair fall in love, Arthur will have delusions of her playing Harley Quinn and performing musical numbers in his mind. Viewers have already seen how Arthur frequently invents situations or glosses over the darkness, most particularly in his relationship with Sophie and the positive reaction to his terrible stand-up ritual. It certainly seems very likely that his singing and dancing could have taken place entirely in his head, and certainly not in reality. Hartley briefly daydreamed of singing Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend from the Marilyn Monroe musical Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and the underrated Birds of Prey. And the Joker even enjoyed singing to Batman in the well-known Arkham video game series, which is one of the darkest iterations of the mythology to date. The fact that Gaga is a mega pop star and multiple-time Grammy winner lends a lot of credibility to this news as well. So don't expect a light-hearted musical like La La Land or In the Heights. We have never heard anyone say that a musical can't be extremely dark and violent, like the original Joker. This new development could open up a lot of exciting and creative paths that could build on the dark, realistic tone of the first movie in some unique, horrifying ways. Whether Arthur Fleck was the Joker was the main debate during their first movie. It was obvious that the unreliable narrator made it impossible to determine what was real in the film, because so much of what occurred in it was in his head. This includes the question of whether Fleck was really the Joker. In 3 Jokers, it was discovered that there were 3 real Jokers instead of just one: the clown, the criminal, and the comedian. Based on the first movie, Fleck is the comedian. If Harley Quinn extracts the truth from Fleck in the second movie, the idea that there are multiple Jokers might be an interesting thought to explore. The Killing Joke undoubtedly had an impact on the first Joker movie, but there is so much more to this story that could be incorporated into the Joker movie universe. For starters, Joker was never truly the villain that DC fans knew and loved in the first film. That was just the beginning of his descent into insanity. That might continue in the second film, especially if he has someone like Harley Quinn on his side. Joker might finally assume the identity of the true clown prince of crime if he decides to make life miserable for those who have mistreated him. It's possible that Phillips will present a completely original story that clearly demonstrates that Arthur's story in the Joker was entirely made up. Due to this, Joker 2 may end up being the ultimate big screen interpretation of the Joker's perspective on his origins as it was presented in Batman: The Killing Joke. Sometimes I remember it one way, sometimes another. If I'm going to have a pest, I prefer it be multiple choice. On a related note, what theory do you think may have been true? What do you hope to see? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.